wonderful people, this is Bipasha with a brand new video tutorial for Bob and Betty. This is my very first video tutorial for the beautiful paper lines of Bob and Betty. These are quite intriguing and gorgeous paper lines, and sometimes a pattern paper begs to be fussy cut, and Bob and Betty's paper line is the perfect example of that. I love the intricately designed, beautiful paper of this brand, and sometimes to me using a 12 by 12 sheet is just too much of a good thing. So today I'm going to share with you a mixed media tag. I'll create a few embellishments from my pattern paper. As you can see, the butterflies and the small strips of paper in my paper plate, and make new interesting features for the tag from the elements which are already printed on the paper. I'll be using different other embellishments from Prima Marketing and some random threads for layering as I go step by step, demonstrating each of the phases of my design. The very first step would be coloring my threads which are in white, and I'm going to color it using the distress inks into some brown shades, and I'm using the walnut stain for this video. I'm using some water to dab it and damp it so that the color is evenly spread out across the entire thread. So once that's done, I would move towards painting my tag with some gesso to create an abstract look. And as you can see, I'm also not wasting the remaining part of the paint that is left on my craft mat, and I used my seam binding ribbon to clean up the remaining part of the paint. So mostly in creating a tag, as you can see, I have used a palette knife. You can even use your debit card, credit card, or any other tools that you find comfortable to apply the gesso with onto your tag. I'm going to create some abstract dab of gesso all over the tag. However, you can also evenly cover the entire tag with a white background if you opt to create some bright and vibrant colored tags. But for this purpose, I'm more into creating a subtle vintage and grungy kind of tag, so I decided to create an abstract, and I'm pretty much happy to show up a part of my craft color of the tag. So I wanted a part of my color to be absorbed by the craft chipboard, and a part of it to be little brighter than the remaining part of the color spray. So I'll be using some distress stain, distress spray, and some Prima colored blooms, and yeah, and then spraying some water out, let them randomly flow. And make sure when you are using some palette knife and some mixed media products, you clean the tools immediately after you apply the gesso or mixed media products with it, because it's always good for the long life of your tools and the stencils. Otherwise, these mixed media products, when they tend to dry up, they will eventually spoil your tools. So it is always a good practice and a good idea to clean the tools and the stencils alongside when you create your project. So for me, this palette knife had a sawtooth edge on the other side, so I tried to create some design and abstract look onto the gesso. I'm going to try the entire thing using a heat tool. I'm going to use the gold foil or the Prima Bloom color and randomly splatter some color by opening the lid of my colored room. And once I was quite happy with the splatter effect, I moved to the next stage and splattered some water onto it and let the water flow naturally, creating some natural effect. Next, I used the distress spray onto it in mahogany and just used some more water so that I could blend the colors easily one onto the other. And once I was happy with the effect and I dried it completely with my heat tool, I am going to move to the next step of my tag, which will be to add the elements and to create the dimensional effect. So before moving to that, I'm going to color my seam binding ribbon in a coordinating color that would match with my tag, and I'm going to use the same mahogany distress spray and some vintage photo distress ink, and I'm going to use some water and damp it and then crinkle it and hold it for some time so that it can take the crinkled effect and really gives a dimensional look and kind of a artistic texture onto my tag. Now moving to the next step of creation of the tag, I'm going to adhere all the embellishments and I'm randomly placing them and trying to decide on the layering of the different layers. I'm using a mesh fishnet and I'm going to adhere it using my 3D glass gel from Tuma onto my tag base. Once that's done, I'm going to adhere the other embellishments, those gorgeous butterflies and some memory hardware handle knob. Also, it's a very good idea to color your florals matching to the layout of your design. So I used some white flowers that I had in my stash and I colored it using the mahogany and created some shaded effect using that distress spray, and I'm going to adhere them too using my gloss gel. So I'm almost done and I'm just going to add some more elements, some more leaves and the threads that I had distressed at the very first beginning of my creation of the tag, and I'm going to add some more beads and some floral embellishments to complete the look. So yes, we are pretty much done. I have tied the seam binding ribbon and have stuck the handle, and I'm just using some gesso and applying it here and there to create a savvy chic look and complete my project. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this detailed video on making a mixed media tag using the beautiful paper lines of Bob and Betty and how you can create stylish embellishments for your project using these gorgeous paper lines. And hope you all have a great day. Thank you for watching.